All right. I'm not sure. Let's see. Karen's there. Susan's there. Michael.
A little more to the left, Jeremy. Just a little more to the left. There you go. Okay, you got it. All right.
Oh, Lord help us.
Okay. I got to do it the Bubba J way.
Oh,
okay.
boy.
All right. Okay. All right. Now that's what it's all about, huh? Okay. Well, let me get back to this here, and I'm not sure what. If y'all don't mind, let me go back real quick through this for some of the people that may not have. Let me shrink this down. There we go. Right there. Get that out of the way. Let me go ahead and just get back to this so it'll be recorded. I'll go over this real quick and then I'll jump into the 20-year stuff. Let me back it up to the cash stuff. So you'll have this online. And by the time, you never know, the new software come out, everything is there, but just in case there's any glitches. Okay, as I've stated, the first thing when I talk to Zach is that when it comes up, it's going to come up as paying cash. What you do is after you get your customer everything you want, after you type in their address and you get everything set up to where you think the panels and everything is, click the button to the right on the finance right here, and it'll bump us over to the 12-year 2.99% financing. Okay, and as I stated, I've already saved these for the homeowner, and so I'm going to click on these. I'll go back to the first one on the estimate saved. Now, when you're first doing this, you don't have a saved estimate. You need to click view and then go in and save them. And they will save them for your council. What we have right now is going back down in here, what I was pointing out to everybody earlier, and I'm going back over, so forgive me, folks, if it's repetition. But the first year on a 12-year 2.99, you're just paying the interest. You're paying $82.91. After that, after the first year, they have the options. They can go to the 20-year, you can go to the 12-year, you can stay to 12 years, whatever, financing. But if they stay with the 12 years, their payment will go to $192.27. Their actual, I have it figured up at 145 or something like that, but their actual payment's about $200 a month. So they're still saving money overall. And then after 12 years, of course, it'll be free. Their power and graph and everything like that will be free. See, right now it's on 150, but I need to get their actual bill. I've got them. I know the size of the house. I've looked at it from Google. I know where the house is. And so I know, like, okay, and the average with my house, and that's a good thing to learn in your area. Basically, roughly what your house is, what your usage is, and it'll give you an idea as you're going in and starting to put in customers. It will give you the idea that you're looking for along the lines of what do I need to do with possibly putting this customer in? What usage do they possibly have? And that's where I say getting to know your utility companies and stuff like that. But actually, the first year, it's only 82 just interest, so they've got a whole year, and then it goes to 192 per month on year two. All right, now let's go back up to the top. I'm going to go back and we'll go back to the 20-year. And like I was saying on this, what I'm passing along to everybody is when you first put in your customer, you put in their address, you go through, and you're not putting their name or anything in. You want to go down, adjust put in the Pure Power box, which they said with the new software may be added automatically. But one thing I wanted you to look at is right here, $83 per month. I'm like, wow, that is cheap. But then when I went and looked at the actual estimate profile that we just were at, it's $83 in interest. And I want to point out to them that if we do that, this might need to be changed. And that's why I'm bringing across to y'all, because when I went to the $83 and then I went to the page with the 12 years 2.99 and it said 192, I'm like, wow, what's this? So that's where I called Zach and I asked him. He goes, yeah, it's just showing the interest there. I said, well, we really need to change this because that's the first, because it says 83 per month for 144 months. That's for the first 12 months. And so I caught this, and I wanted to pass that along to y'all. Okay. Now, someone who's got me on an echo. All right.
Karen, could you mute yourself?
There we go. All right, now I've clicked it. Now, as soon as you go to the cash and you click to the right, this button right here, it will move you to the 12-year 2.99. And Zach says that's the correct one financing till we get the new software with the drop downs. Now, he says you click it one more time to the right, like I just did, and we come up with the 20-year loan, 5.99. And as you've noticed, I've already put in the Crew Plus and all that. But you go up here and you'll view estimate. And once you get there, you can save it, and that will save it in your console. But I've already saved it, so I'm just going to click here and go through this. And I'm going to bring it up. Now, there's a difference with this versus the first year with the 12-year stuff and the 20-year information. And I'm sorry if I'm scrolling down. I'm just trying to get back down to the financing because y'all know all the stuff at the top there. Okay. If you look at this, this is the 20-year plan, everybody, okay? Their bill, it says interest only, monthly payment, 163 first year and stuff like that, 161 term loan, monthly payment, 161 interest, 163. But what you want to do is you want to go down here and you want to look. Solar monthly payment of 161.68 for 20 years. So they're roughly going to be paying $162 on a 20-year plan versus what they're already spending with the $200 a month average, or versus the 12-year plan. But I wanted to point out, since the interest rate is higher on this one, the first year their interest, it's not like the 12-year plan where they're just paying $83 and then it goes to $192. With the 20-year plan, this is what I was verifying with Zach, and like I said, they're still learning everything. But their payment, roughly, they're going to be looking at $163, $162 a month, okay, on a 20-year. The people after the first year will have the option, even with this right here, the 20-year plan. When they're after the first year, they will also have the availability right here to say that, hey, I can afford the $192. I'd like to go back to that 12-year option. And since they've already paid the $163 for the first year, that'll just be credit going back to them on their financing for the next 12 years. And dealing with the incentives, like David was talking about, say that people don't, which is different when you take a look at what's going on out there in the world of solar and the financing, like with dividend stuff. You could, if you didn't apply the ITC credit, bam, your interest rate was going to go up, and blah blah blah, this and that. And from what I'm gathering right now, and I'm still learning as I learn, I'll pass it along to y'all. And I told Zach I was going to pass this along and record it to everybody roughly till the newer software gets out. But even if it does come out and there's some glitches, there's a way for you to learn this right now, to put it in so you're getting the accurate stuff that you'll be able to send to your customers. That right now, all the financing and everything that's coming in and the changes versus other companies, it's going to be a no-brainer. This stuff and the price match guarantee, the $1 million insurance through the Lloyd's of London. We've got the 25-year performance or 20-year performance guarantee, 25-year warranty for residential on the panels and the inverter. So right now, the way things are going, believe me, when you get out there and this gets going, and people really start to find out about it, and this company Crew, as we're continuing to grow, and you guys and all of you on here and everybody's trying to learn stuff, it is just going to be, no one's going to be able to touch us. And so you're in a great company right now that's just going to, and partnering with people, the partners we're getting right now is just fantastic, and it's just going to continue to grow. All right, I believe that's all I've got on this one here. I'm going to stop the share. I'm going to see if y'all have any questions right now along this. Let's see, somebody put in a chat. Let me go to my screen and move it down. People, yeah, Susan Mills, exactly, Susan. Yeah, I agree with you 100% on that. We don't want to be deceiving. We want to reach out and that. There's Joyce. There she is. Joyce, I've recorded this, so I'll send it out to everybody. Okay, I did not receive any emails from anybody for questions per se right now. do y'all have questions on what I kind of roughly went over? And you can always call and contact me, and I'll walk you through anything that you need to know. And I'm continuing to learn. I've got more customers I'm fixing to put in. Jeremy's got some. So I will learn this software, the newer stuff, as it's coming out. But dealing with the older stuff right now, but as the newer stuff comes out, I will know it forwards and backwards by the time we're done. But do y'all have any questions right now?
Yeah, Lane, can
Yes.
you just show us once again how to avoid kicking in the Geo Stellar platform from, how, like, if you save the estimate and it goes to your console right away, like within 48 hours or maybe a little more, you'll get a call. Can you show us again how you want, if you don't want to kick that in, to save it so that we can look at it in our...
No, what you need to do, so you will not get a call. You might get a call because your name's going to come up. What it is when you type in the address and you go forward. Because if I do that, I'll have one in there in the back that's a dead zone. It'll be dead when I can't delete them yet. But what you do is once you type in the address and you walk through, when it comes to the point, it'll say property owner. It will say representative. You move forward from there. What will then come up is once you move forward, say you're saving this, you say continue on. Okay. Then what will happen is you'll get the screen coming up on your screen, and it will say, I'm trying to think, skip or invite. And there'll be a spot there where you can type in the homeowner's name and everything like that. Just leave it blank. Don't type any of the information in unless you have their bill and stuff like that, and you can put in the notes afterwards. But if you're just trying to get a rough pre-estimate, just click the skip button and it moves you in directly into there, and then you can go through and work on your customer's information and the possible panels if they want certain kinds, or you can put in the crew, pure power box. You can go into those areas and change them. But what you're doing is if you just typing in the address, when it gets to that one page where it says skip and you don't want to put the customer's information in yet, you just want to get a pre-assessment form, which you can always go in and change afterwards. And I tell you what, let me bring that screen up.
Thank you.
Yeah, let me go back. Let me go back to this and I'll show you. But once you get to that screen where you've got kind of the basic information like I've got set up for the customer, because I don't even have the customer's name. It's just someone that texts me. Okay, yeah. But once you get that, everybody, what you can do, and you've got your estimate saved, you've got all that saved and stuff like that. What the next step would be is if the customer gets the bill, they said, hey, I like this, I want to move forward. They get you the bill. See, right now we have the addresses entered and correct.
Mm-hmm.
It's confirmed location. I've saved the profiles. Now is where you would click refer a friend. And when you were asking Jenny, so they don't call the customer and stuff, that's the one where I said you skip. And it just brings you to this to where you can work on this and do your pre-assessments. You don't have to put in a bunch of information. But say the customer says, like the one I just sent some snippets to him of both the 20-year and 12 years, him or her, excuse me. And they come back and say, hey, I want to know more information. I like this. I say, okay, let's set up a phone call, meet in person, a phone call if you like. I said, look, I'm not going to bother you. I've sent the stuff off. If you want more information and to get it more, down to precise, eventually I will need a bill. I said, but right now, here's basic information I've got, and we go from there. But say they do send you the bill, and they're like, yes, I want to move forward. Say, well, I definitely need the bill so we can send it to the engineer so they can perfectly design the system for your place. What you have right now is a pre-assessment based on your house and what you told me your average bill is and the utility company. Then you would be able to come in here, Jenny. I'll be able, or they say they come back to me. I'll be able to type in their name, their email. I'll be able to do their mobile. and then I can save it. And what that will do is then in your console is it will refer and connect it to you. They will then be referred to you. Then what you can do is you upload the bill, of course, the input, usage, and rate, and, you know, you can do that too. But if you just upload the bill, and they'll handle it on the other end. Choosing the features, we've already done that with the Pure Power Box, stuff like that, and we've dealt with the financing. And that financing option is that if the homeowner says, hey, I like the 12-year plan, you can then come down here and put in here, once you added the customer's name, number, email, and stuff, and you can say, and Geo Stellar working with us very, very well with this. You can put in the additional notes. Hey, they're interested in running right now with the 12-year financing. Can we get the system designed? They'll get the design. They'll be able to get the email to you with the design, not going to the customer, and then you will be able, or it'll come from you as they're stating it will do, and it will go to them with your information and contact, and it will show the actual panels designed on their home and stuff like that. But you can type in the notes, hey, please contact me first, or any other information that you might have, and then once you do that, all these in here will then have green checks by them, okay? They'll all have green checks down through here as you go through and do this, and that's where. But when you first put in, like you were asking, when you first put in the customer's address and you go through and says yes, move forward, hit the skip instead of invite. Hit the skip. Don't put any of their information in yet, and then it will just give you the blank thing as we show you right here, the estimate with mine. Bring up the first one here. Excuse me, everybody.
So, Lane, they don't have to, once they're ready and they've decided what loan terms they want and all, and you've got the utility bill uploaded, they don't have to claim the profile. Remember before they would have to claim it?
Yeah,
in order to get one?
As they're stating right now, they may not have to claim it yet, but if they want the system, then it's like, yes, you know, we like this. But as of right now, I don't believe they need to claim. What you're actually doing, no, you don't, because until you actually put them in, they're claimed by you roughly as the representative, as the crew pro. They're claimed by you, and that's what it's showing in the council. But what I want to show you is right here, this information. See, estimate for Lane Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I want to state. And all this down here, Solar Professional, when you do that skip and you don't put any of the customer information in, you're just trying to work out a pre-assessment form, this is what you're looking at right here. A Solar Professional, Crew Solar, my information, but then customer information. It's showing Lane Johnson, 616 Park, Longview, Texas, E-Tech Solar. So there's nothing for them to reach out to the customer right now. And that's something that they don't want to do with us unless you need the help. If you can't get in touch with someone like me or Jeremy or even Mike Powers or anybody, Karen's even done some, and Susan, some of y'all have done them and stuff. Some haven't. This gives you the option to have Geo Stellar will be glad to reach out and help, but they're going to get in touch with you first. And that's why when you hit that skip button, it just does this. It just, you know, that's not my address. That's the customer I just put in. And so that's what I wanted to show everybody. Okay, stop sharing.
That won't show up on the console.
It will, if you send them the PDF, the customer pre-estimate, they're going to see your information there. They're not going to see their information. They're going to see their address in Longview, Michigan, but it's going to have your name. And you say, look, this is just a pre-estimate, just getting you some information that you requested. If you like, yeah, I like this, you know, say, okay, well, what I need now is I need your bill. I'll need your email address, you know, and of course your phone number and that, and we'll upload them and we'll let the designers design stuff. But we're not going to reach out and bug you. You know, you send it to me, I'll input it. When you get to design, they'll get it back to me. It'll show the panels on your home. It'll show the actual the availability, besides what we've done, but by the usage from the bill that you've given me, it will show exactly. This will be a working model a good one, because it's going off your actual electric bill now rather than just average. It's going to go over your actual electrical usage, and they'll design the system that way. And I will forward that information if they don't already do it. Geo Stellar, which you're talking about, send an email. If they forward it to them, it will be your information on there and no one from Geo Stellar. Okay, along that lines for the design, and you'll get it first from what I've heard before it actually goes to them. And so you can also put in the notes, hey, you know, the software may send it out, say, hey, you know, great, we've got your stuff together, contact so and so. But you'll be able, once you get it, you'll get it before them. You'll be able to reach out to them and let them know, hey, here's the actual proposal we've got for you from your utility bill, your savings, what your savings is going to be monthly, and so on. And that's the way, the aspect that you'll be able to deal with it. It's putting more power in our hands to deal with the customers, the one-on-one that we've already initiated. Okay?
Thank you.
All right. Anybody else got something? Go ahead, Karen.
Hey, hi there.
Hi.
Y'all can hear me, right? Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
sure, yeah. No problem.
One of the options we get to make on setting up for somebody's house is the type of panel. And I know there's blue on black and black on white. And so there's a color choice. I don't know how much the difference that makes to anyone. And it seems like the different panels will produce different levels of kilowatts of energy, kilowatts of power for the square footage on your. How do we use that? And are we to use that, or are we to start with a generic thing and leave it for the folks at Geo Stellar to have that conversation?
Yeah, because most customers will not know any difference between panels. You have some out there that know. The panels that are using their tier 1 panels that we have, and they're using them in the different colors. And say someone says, well, I don't like the white one, you know, the white on or the black. Say, well, we have the options. And that's where you can get with the customer ahead of time and say, we have different options. And that's where, let me show you that real quick too, Karen. Let me show you.
All right. So
yeah,
thank you. I'm looking for how much you tend to engage in that. And the reason it has come up is I know some people on their roof, let's say they need 32 panels, but it says their roof has enough sunshine really for 27 panels.
Right.
And that's when I started noticing if I play with which panels go on, and I use the panels that can pull more power out of the sunshine.
Yes.
Then we're not caring so much what it looks like, which color.
No.
But how can we make best use of the sunshine?
Yes. And that's where you as all of y'all begin, and everybody begins to become educated and move along, Karen, that's where, yes, you can go in and you can change it, like saying, okay, they might not have enough space for say 20 panels or 30 panels. And even though they don't, Geo Stellar could get in with the actual design and say, well, to get them 100%, you might be able to type a note, say, look, customer really wants the 100%. I've kind of bumped up the panels, because you have that option on your end to change the panels. And if you notice right here, y'all, every panel that is chosen that you have on there, it will give you an actual picture. And this is something that the homeowner will be able to have with a PDF when you save it. They'll actually be able to see the panel. You can change it if you want. They say, well, I don't know, you know, I don't know. There's some guy might say, I don't like that blue and white. Me, I don't care. As long as it's producing power and I'm not getting it from the utility company, I don't care.
Well, hey, Lane.
But some people are specific. Yes, sir, Mike.
When you do adjust them, just for future reference,
and they can change.
And you go back, and you go back to the estimate, it will give you a plus or minus of value of what that has made difference to the proposal.
Yes.
So if you're trying to crunch numbers, you can play with that. But there's a lot of panels to go through, lot of different prices.
Yeah, the ones that they put up. Thanks, Mike. The ones that they put up are the ones that are tier 1. They're economical. They produce well, and they use them. You can change them. Like I said, say somebody can't handle 25 panels, they can handle 20. Well, you might need to bump it up, you know, from 270s to 315s. It's going to cost them more. It might not make that much of a difference in the payment altogether. It might, make a drastic change. Don't know, but that's the availability. And then it's up to you to where you can get with the customer and say, look, if we go to these panels, we can get you at 100%, but it's going to cost more, about this much more. But if not, we can get you at 95% with these panels, to where it doesn't cost as much over their utility bill, what they're spending now. But you're going to be about 8%, so you're still going to have a little utility bill or 10% utility bill. And that's something that you can play with and go through, Karen, as you deal with this. Okay.
Okay,
and,
great.
Let me see. Susan asked, can you email the instant proposals to the customer before you submit it to Geo Stellar? Susan, what happens is, let me show you real quick. When you go into this area right here, when you click save right here, Karen, when you've got an estimate that you're happy with and you want to get to your customer, there's not a process to, you should be able to go to print instead of saving it into Geo Stellar. You can go to print right here, and I'll show you the walkthrough. And I talked about this a couple weeks ago. You can go to change, and you can do save as a PDF. Now you do not have to save it in Geo Stellar yet, and I think that's what Susan was asking. You can change it to a PDF, and I'm going to walk through this step right here real quick with you. And I'm going to I'm waiting for it to load, because if I click save right now before it loads, it'll say an error. So
hey, this is Suzanne. Can you hear me?
Yes, I sure can, Susan.
Hey, this is perfect, because this is what a lot of people are like, I don't want to commit yet. I want to see what we walk through. Right. And can you send this? Like, they just want to verify what I'm telling them.
Exactly.
And verified. And then they can say, you know what? Okay, I'm on board. And but they want to have that, and I get it, because I would too, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I want to show you this where now you see that it's loaded up.
Yeah.
Okay. You click save. Now you have to click it from change PDF, and you click save. And what will happen is, and I'm going to show y'all, I've got my documents. I go to crew. I go to, kind of got lost, sorry, me. I got customers, and I've got my residential customers. And this is 616 part. And I click on it. See, I'll click off residential, and all my other files come up. Some ones, because I've started a new folder here. But we've got part, and this will be blank unless you input their bill and stuff and you save it in there. Make a folder for your customers, and if you just have their address, fine, just put in the address, make a folder for them. And then I labeled it the Geo Stellar, or it came up solar panel comparison, and this is what I say. And I clicked save. I've already saved it, so I'm not going to do that. Then it saves it in your file there. I'm going to cancel this. Now, one thing I want to point out to y'all, and I had this happen with me, is I went to print something one day, and I wouldn't go to my printer, and I couldn't figure out why. What I would do is, once you get done saving all your stuff, is just go back and change it back to your printer.
Right.
Okay. All right. So, yes, go ahead.
I just thank you for what you're walking through and how we would save that. I was wondering if when you make the name of where you're going to save it, wouldn't you want to put the customer's name on it?
Yes, but I don't have the customer's name yet. I just have their address with the one that I just did.
Or just in terms of keeping up on my computer,
yes.
I want to know whose house it is that I have this nice estimate.
Yeah.
If I'm going to send the PDF to somebody, I want to remember who it was.
Right.
Even though for the moment it's going to have my name.
Right. And I texted them earlier and said, hello, my name's this, and they come back and they gave me the address, and they gave me the average bill and the utility company. I'm like, okay, I'll run with that. And that's why I just did that. But I did text them. When I texted them stuff, I said, by the way, my name's Lane. I said, they're like, may I know who I'm speaking with.
All right. Thank you. I'm just talking about the file name on our own computer.
Right.
We better
Yeah,
keep up with
exactly. And all I had at this time was their address, so I just made that file like that. Now, once I get their name, I can go in and I can change that file there.
Okay.
But as you go in, and let's go back to the solar profile. You can do the same thing, Susan. Say you want to change, you want to go from the 12-year, and you don't want to save it in Geo Stellar right now. That's where you just view the estimate going for, it's like right now you change your financing down here. Let me scroll. No, I hope I'm not scrolling too fast for everybody. But say you go down here, you've got the first one, the 12-year 2.99, and then you want to go right here and you say, okay, this is the 20-year. Yes, I want to go to the 20-year. You change it, or back, considering the 2.99 first one. Okay, now I got the 20-year. It's got the pricing changes, still zero down, the size system. All right, great. Now let me go, and you would click view the estimate, just like this. I'm just gonna click view estimate. Even though I've already got it saved, you'll just click view estimate, and you'll be able to do the same thing right here. You'll be able to click print, and you're not saving it to your console. Right. It's there, but it's not, I don't believe it's saved. Well, their information might be saved, but it's not forwarding anything really to Geo Stellar. And that's where you go back through and you click change and go to PDF. Okay?
So can I ask you guys as a group, here in Orlando, myself and Curtis Sutherland, we are hooking up with Tractor Supply here.
Uh-huh.
If I don't know if anybody has that in their area, but
yes.
Super or Uber, like, hey, we're community too. They love the whole co-op thing. So Curtis and I are actually going to one of them on the very far west side of Orlando is going to be doing a farmers market they do every third Saturday. We'll do that. But I wanted to share with the team, and I haven't, of course, been there. We're going to go Saturday to do that. But then the following Saturday, every Tractor Supply is going to be having a Support Your Troop vendor event. And you can go to their website and apply as a vendor for free. And I was kind of thinking, so I applied yesterday, like the manager of the Tractor Supply on the other side of Orlando said, hey, go in, submit your information to see if we can get you as a vendor. And I was thinking, so I explained we're a co-op, we have a lot of options, we're community centered, and we want to keep the money in the community by using local installers. But I was thinking, and I have not done this, and I wanted to see what everybody on the call, what if something like that I say, hey, everybody that does a solar assessment, I'm going to donate $10 to support the troops on Memorial Day weekend on Saturday.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I don't know. What has anybody else done that? Has that, like, in other words, that way, if you get a solar assessment, I go through that process with you, and I have my laptop, my iPad, and then in your name, I'm going to do another $10. I'm donating $10 to support the troops to Tractor Supply that day. What are any thoughts? Is that our
interesting idea?
Yeah. Susan, one thing you need to understand is that we are with Crew, but you are an independent business owner. If you decide that you want to do something that I don't think is going to be disrespectful to Crew and stuff like that, and you're a business owner and you're doing it per se with your business name or me, but I am partnered with Crew, I don't see a problem with that. Okay. Especially along the lines of helping in such a way. I don't see.
Well, I submitted as a Crew. I submitted Crew. I mean, that's. Yeah, as a representative for Crew.
Right.
So
I don't see a problem with it. Just keep good records on what you're doing. As far as I know, you might be something that you pass along to Rob. I personally myself, I don't see a problem with it. But it's always best to always verify and double check. You know, if that's something that you want to do on your end with that I don't see a problem with that. And let's see, Joyce was asking me.
I have one thing to add to that.
Hold on, Karen.
That's not a bad idea. But I just going to say we've had for
You're breaking up.
Probably had about 10. We probably had 20 in a weekend where, you know, that submitted for a pre-estimate, you know, and they didn't really go anywhere with it. But, you know, just make sure that, you know, you're able to hold up your end, because you may have 30 people and you might be putting 300 in, you know, just make sure you're ready to do that, you know, so that you don't look bad. You know, I'm just saying that as far as that goes, you know, because you'll be surprised how many people will actually turn around and be interested and want to get that information, you know, and contributing toward the troops, you know, I think is a great idea. But, you know, like Lane said, you know, check with Rob.
Yeah, just to double check and verify. That's the best thing to do. Karen, you had a question. Go ahead.
Well, my comment was about the same as Jeremy's.
Okay.
Like in terms of whether if there's 20 people do it, you just spent $200.
Right.
And thinking to ourselves, does it make sense to invest $200 to get 20 estimates, some of which may have not been seriously interested, but some will, you know? And what are the chances I'll get one installation? I'm certainly going to make well over 200.
Right.
But just be aware of that.
Definitely.
And in a day, how many, when you all have done fairs, how many instant estimates did you guys tend to do? Can you quantify that?
See, Longview, when the software went down on us, we had done 3 or 4 right in the evening. It was just a 4-hour deal.
Okay.
At Texarkana, we did probably about 2 or 3 days because we were so busy. Honestly, we were answering more questions, and we were. That's where we had the customer sheet, and we were taking the information, putting it down to put them in later. Because once you get, I went took a break one time, and I come back around the corner with a cup of coffee, and literally Jeremy had like 10 people standing there. And he was talking, people were listening, they were filling out the customer sheets and stuff like that. So, I mean, you can get very busy. And once
at the end of the day,
yeah.
At the end of the day, how many were on your sheet?
Let's see, we had Saturday in Longview, we had what, 16, Jeremy?
16 to 20 for Saturday in Longview, roughly.
Yeah, and we had about 8 that night. Tyler, we really didn't. They were more worried about getting their cards punched for some kind of bingo bonus thing they were doing. But in Texarkana, do you punch these? No, they were gone. But in Texarkana, it was a 2-day. It was a Friday night. No, a two-day day. Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, we ended up, what was it, Jeremy? Was it 12 customer cards each?
We had 12 or 13 for Saturday, I believe.
Yeah.
Now,
we had some people that weren't even filling out the customer sheets. They were grabbing our brochures and cards and saying, we'll get back with you later. I got to run. And then have time to fill out. And some people have sent stuff to us since then and stuff like that. But then the Sunday, it was pretty slow and dead. We maybe did 6 or 7. So it wasn't that bad. You know, it wasn't. The Longview show was really good though. And I wish the software hadn't locked up on us when we were doing it, or knowing what to do in our area with it. It took Jeremy and me working on it that day while he was talking to customers. It took me pretty much all day Saturday, and I contacted Rob and David Levine both, and they were trying to figure out what's going on. And I finally figured out with Jeremy, we're sitting there, and we unchecked the automatic SWEPCO incentive that's not in our area, and that began to let it work. Otherwise, we would have probably had a ton more on that Saturday to do.
Lane and Jeremy, so when you do an event like that, you know, where you're at a table, you're a vendor at a table, what percentage of, so you're going to have, say, you know, 10 people complete the assessment. How many of those 10, percentage-wise, will actually DC go through and come back and commit, give you the bill, and go through the process?
That's probably going to be about just 20 right now.
That's perfect. That's fine. That's what I. That's
yeah,
good.
You're probably going to get 2 out of 10. But,
perfect.
But as the pricing has gone down now too, I think the numbers are going to get better. Because one thing you need to understand is while you're standing there talking, people are really interested in it, in solar. I went to Longview Chamber of Commerce breakfast before hours this morning. And I was talking to a couple of people, going up and introducing myself, and you know, my smiley face. One lady's like, "Oh, he's a smiler in the morning." I'm like, "I smile all the time." But I was literally, while I was standing there talking to people, having 2 and 3 people come up and say, "Can I get your business card? I've been looking at this, and I'm interested in it." And I was handing out cards. I've got to order more cards through Vistaprint now because I probably handed out 25, 30 of them this morning, and there were still people I didn't get to talk to. So
nice.
People are very interested in this, and they want to know. What's this? Complete sellout.
Well, Susan.
Okay, excellent.
Sudan.
Go ahead.
As far as the tractor supply part goes, what you might consider doing is anybody that does go through with solar, maybe because what you're going to make instead of maybe $10, you know, if anybody that upgrades to solar through me, I'll donate, you know, you can donate $50 or $100, or, you know, you could just kind of take something out of that commission and say, you know, if you commit to doing this, I'll commit to helping the soldiers, you know, you know, in honor of you, you know, that way, you know, it gives a little more motivation on their end.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to play with that and see how that works. I just feel like in my area, being a very urban area, the tractor supplies are on the outer side of Orlando, which is perfect because I really feel like our fit are tractor supply people. I know it sounds weird, but yeah.
I've been around Orlando before, so yeah, I'm familiar with it.
Okay. Everybody, Joyce in text here, and I just want to explain to her real quick. She was asking about how to skip the customer, and I want to show you. Type in the address, and when you click search, it'll come up. It'll say you verify the house. You click continue. The next one you'll go to, it'll say there'll be a screen that comes up, Joyce. It'll have customer's name, their address, their email, this and that, and down below there'll be 2 blocks, tabs. One will say invite, and the other one will say skip. What you want to do is to not have it go to without the customer information, just their address and stuff. What you want to do is you will hit the skip button, and it then will bring you and then it'll say confirm, move forward. It'll then bring you to, it'll say you have a page like this. It'll say, hey, we're at 110% and you're at system size here, and we can meet 110% of your needs. And that's where you can then come in here, Joyce, and you can go through and you can double check and make sure the energy and the amount of panels it's showing. And you can click on the extras. This is the first thing I'm going to do. Now, I think this Pure Power box might be an automatic, but I go here and I click yes right away. And then you scroll down and you can go to incentives and go to your incentives and check it. You see, I've already added the crew discount, but this one was checked. The AEP swept go in this area, and we do not have it here. So I unchecked that, and it brought, instead of $11,000 down, it brought it to 0 down. Okay. And I wanted to point that out to there, to hopefully that will help Joyce and everybody that I'm recording on this will help them down the road. But what you do here too is that right here, the crew, you'll click the promo, you'll just type in Crew Plus, just like that. Give it a minute to adjust. Boom, it'll pop it up there, and then it'll give you all the different. It'll change the pricings and all that, and that's where you'll be with that. And I wanted to show that. I hope that helped you, Joyce. One thing I wanted to, let me go back to share screen. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to minimize y'all, or I'm going to scoot you out of the way. I need to go right here real quick. Ray Osborne over in Florida asked me to pass this along. He wasn't going to be able to be on tonight.
Lane,
yes.
Before you leave, Joyce, I just want to I want to welcome Robbie. Joyce, when you guys were on the video before, I saw Robbie in the room. Robbie is on Joyce's team in New York.
Okay, great.
And I just want to say welcome, Robbie. I'm expecting you're still there somewhere, even though we can't see your faces anymore. So glad to have you here.
Yeah, actually.
No, go ahead. I just want to add that.
I remember you. Talking about him there, Karen. Oh my goodness, where did it go? I lost him. I just saved that. I'm sorry, everybody. Maybe this is it. Oh, there it is. There it is. Hold on, y'all. I got to go back. He asked me to do this. I'm just gonna put this link up. There's a deal going on in Florida this weekend.
That line?
And
I have it off right now.
let me bring it up. Okay, there we go. And I'm gonna type this link in the chat box, everybody, and this information. And what it is he's there's. Come on, excuse me. I know y'all can't see what I'm doing, but I'm trying to highlight some stuff and it doesn't want to work. It's getting me mad. Okay, right there. Control C, and I'm gonna put this in the chat. There y'all are. I'll move you back up here, and I'm gonna put this in the chat. Control V. Ray Osborne says this is going on this weekend. He's planning on doing. It's in Florida. I missed something. It's a thing right here. RSVP. Yeah. Meet up Lakeland, Florida on Saturday at their Eco Fest they're having going on in Florida, in Lakeland, Florida. If you're interested in going, Mike, I know you're in Florida. I'm not going to make it. I'm in Texas. But you can click on this link right here that Mike's got, and you can let him know if you want to attend or possibly even he's going to do a podcast. You can see here. But if any of you are wondering, Joyce, I don't know if you know, and Robert, any of them, but if you all want to know, you just left click your button. Well, I'm right-handed, so I left click. You highlight this right here. You hit Control C. Okay. What happens is I can go down here and hit Control V, and voila. Whatever you highlight in Control C, it will copy what you've highlighted, and I just pasted that in. So if you want that link, you can just highlight it and Control C, and you can put it in your notepad
Word document or whatever.
Oh yeah, a wall pad or something, or you can actually do it and print it up for you to have later, or just email it to yourself if you're interested in that. I'm glued to the computer.
Hey, Lane.
Do we have?
I wasn't able to get on at the very beginning. Did you by chance go over that you and me talked about earlier toward the beginning of the week, into last week?
About what? I've had so much go on today, I can't even.
Well, we'd originally talked about doing the naming it as far as it goes, a credit call for tonight's call.
I'm blank, Jeremy. I'm sorry.
No, then you didn't. Where we were talking about like what everybody's doing.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure we didn't forget that. I didn't know if you started with that or not. And that's why I wanted to at least end on that if you didn't.
No, I'll let you end on that. But I want to let y'all know. And let me see. Where was it? I just saw. Who was it? Susan. There she is. Okay, y'all answering. Hi, Karen. I found Pennsylvania, New Hampshire. I had somebody in Pennsylvania, but they're getting ready to move to Florida right now, Susan. So I see, and Karen, you've got people in New York. I don't have anybody else up in that area right now. I don't know if Jenny or Todd or any of them do right now, Susan. Yeah, on the letters, Karen, on last night's webinar, I think it was page David Levine's page. So if you go to the YouTube video, I think it was page 13 that he had. I think he's got an example of what the email is going to be right now, just a basic email. But
I'm sorry, that's great. Page 13 of what?
From his PowerPoint presentation last night, David Levine's PowerPoint. I think it's page 13.
Okay. I'm sorry. Do we get access to his PowerPoint? I didn't realize that was.
Well, no, it's on the video. Yeah, the
but you'd
video.
Have to watch it and find your way to. Okay. That
yeah,
could take me.
You can go to you can go to the YouTube and you can forward it to the pages. Okay. It's going to be more towards the end, and you'll see it because that was one of the final things that he had.
Okay. And actually, since you mentioned YouTube, is the crew YouTube location where we should always look for recorded things? That would be great if we have one location. Yeah, Rob's got a crew location. You can subscribe to it just like I subscribe to my stuff. Okay. But I'm just saying, so we haven't seen that announced, or maybe we have, but I'm just kind of saying that out loud for myself and for anyone that else who may want to go look at things, is to simply go to the crew page on YouTube. Yes. And review anything we need to look at. That's great. And Rob loads them up there just like I load up these. When we get done with these, I load them up to the crew or the E-Tech Solar one for these YouTube trainings. I load them up and like you subscribe to them. Yes. And I saw a question, see, what was it? Did I miss something? Okay, so I was going to say, Jeremy and I, we're looking right now, we're probably going to be down in the Houston area June 10th, 9th and 10th. We're specifically going down to do training with people in our group or anybody else in crew. So if you know people down in the Houston area that might be interested, we're still trying to verify the venue and where it's going to be. Donnie Crisp and his wife Tanya are trying to get a place for us, and then we're going to go down, and I'm going to tell people, just like y'all, if you're there, bring your laptop. We're going to load you up with Geo Stellar. By then, the software should be out and running. 8.0, I will know it. We will be able to it's going to be specifically to walk people through, like Friday night, visit with people, have dinner. Saturday morning, roughly from 9 to 12, I'm looking, Jeremy and I are looking at just, excuse me, helping train people. Specifically in crew, questions like, well, I don't know how to make folders. I don't know how to do this in Geo Stellar. I don't know how to do GeoGrid. Can you help me to show me how to walk people through registration in Geo Stellar and solar site design? That's what we're going to do. And in the afternoon, what I'm planning on doing is I'm telling the people, because some of them have commercial people that are interested, I'm looking at getting and having them invite customers, potential customers, family members, businesses, come in. We're going to sit and answer questions. It's not going to be a big PowerPoint or thing on the screen and stuff. It's going to be, when we get done, taking my glasses off and sitting on the end of the table and go, who has questions? What do you need to know? And answering the questions. It's not just a bunch of stuff on the screen, which I'm saying there's nothing wrong with that. But a lot of times people go to these things and that some of their questions are answered, but then they have a bunch of other questions. And it's going to be a reach out residential customers, hey, I brought, Karen's like, hey, I got my brother over here and he's interested and I'm not sure about this. And we walk over and help you. And the same with the commercial people, business, hey, what do you need to know? We're going to have some of the proposals we got there. I'm waiting on confirmation stuff. I won't get it till Monday right now because of the guy's out of town, but he's got the information and he's probably wants to get back with me.
on a big 1 megawatt system, potentially 2 megawatts right now here in town, and I have that proposal, I'll be able to bring that with me. And if they decide to start closing with it, that'll just be a bigger plus when we go down there to show plus. Plus, they have manufacturing plants down in the Houston area. The one up here that I'm dealing with, we'll have them down there. So I might be able to tell Donnie and Tanya, hey, get them there, let's set these up. Or I can let him know I'm going to be down in Houston in June. Have your people show up. I'll be glad to put together a pre-proposal for you, or if they can get me the bills for that plant, I'll do it and I'll bring it down with me. So the opportunities, and that's where y'all getting on here and learning, listening, asking questions. And sometimes if I talk too much, I'm sorry, but I've got a lot of stuff in my head going on, information that I want you to know. The more you know and become educated, the better you're going to be able to help the folks that you deal with. Not only the customers, but say somebody that comes in, you know, and they may not know something themselves. Well, how do I do that? Hopefully you're learning something here that you can pass along to people that comes, like Karen, you've got Joyce in, and Joyce may have, I think it's Rob you mentioned. Joyce, regarding the literature and crew information, material, do we need prior approval? Yes, you need prior approval for that. If you use the crew name, you have to. But we have brochures and stuff. Joyce does, or excuse me, Karen, does Joyce have that one-page flyer, the colored flyer that I sent?
I think so, but I'll double check and send them again.
Okay. If she
because
does,
there's one residential and one commercial, right?
yes. Yeah,
okay.
And if you need, I can resend them to you. And Joyce, what you do regarding Rob, all you have to do is he'll just be able to type in his name. It's in a Word document. Type in his name and his stuff. You don't have to do anything. It's all there, and his information, his extension and stuff like that, and his email. And we've got something that's already pretty good. Actually, let me see if I can find it, and I'll show you what it looks like. And see if my file's going to load up here. And I'll put you all on share screen to find this document. Brochures. Nope, that's the wrong one. Somebody is typing away. Sorry, folks. I seem to have lost it. Should be right there. Let me see if this is it. I think this one might be a different one. I'm not sure if this is the newer one. It might be on my other computer. It might not be on this laptop. Let me bring it up and I'll look at it. If not, I know I do have it, and I'll be able to get it out. Let me see if this is the right one that comes up. Come on. Yes, here it is. Okay. Let me go back to here and share screen. And let me share this. And Joyce, this is the one that right here. This is the flyer right here. And I'm not sure if Rob can see it. If not, if he's just on the phone. But this is what it looks like, Joyce. And like I said, right down here, it's a Word document. So you can go in here, you can just click, you can back it up, you can type in your name, you can change, you put your phone number, and you put this. And what you've got right now is, you see, I've got eTech Solar Homes and eTech Solar Career Site. It's going to be different. It's going to be the jointhesolution.com / your extension. I purchased the GoDaddy sites, so I don't have to mess with this. This one will automatically bring them to the home part of the join the crew thing, and this one will actually bring them right to the career login with my profile and stuff like that. But that's what we've got right there. So, all right, let me get out of this. And does anybody have any other questions? No problem, Susan.
I do. Thank you so much, Lane, for sharing those flyers with us. I really appreciate that. And but you know, when I printed it out, it's got the crew, climate crew address on there.
Mm-hmm.
I probably can get stickers or whatever, but
Right.
I don't have a personal like solar website of my own that I'm working on.
Uh-huh.
In the meantime, is it safe to put down for customers to go directly to the Crew Co-op website, even though they can't order the products yet, they can still do research on there, right? Like,
yeah, I would send them to jointhecrew.com / your extension. That will bring them to the basic crew site. Will have your profile picture and stuff. Yeah, I would send them to that for now. And that's why Jeremy and I talked last week why we bought the GoDaddy links. And I did this a long time ago because believe me, Jeremy, and I, we've been in September 15th. And we have seen so many changes in web pages and stuff. And it's a lot easier for me to go in and when they do it and forward it. But it looks like this one's going to be a lot more stable where we're at with the pages. It looks like they've really got the stuff down and changing and stuff. And it's easier to just forward the stuff. And through GoDaddy, it's like $9.99 a year to do that. So it's well worth it to me. It's less than $1 a month like that. And then you can forward that site to there, and you can double check the links. You know why I don't want it to go there, I want it to go here, because I personally myself don't have my own site either, Jenny. I just use the crew stuff. I don't need to have a web page. I deal with that and have people contact me. I have a Facebook page. It's nothing major. I don't do a lot of posting on it. I don't get on Facebook that much at all anymore. I'm usually doing some other things. I got on today, but I ain't been on in 3 days. And there's a lot of stuff on Crew that they're posting there, but I just don't get on that much, and I should. And when I do get on, the problem is I'm on there for an hour, 2 hours, looking through and seeing if anybody needs any help or any information, and I'm downloading and saving files and stuff like that. So it's but usually I'm doing other things, and I've got an architect I'm supposed to get with this week also at the end of this week. So there's a lot of things going on that I should get on there more. And I appreciate y'all reaching out to me and sending me information when you get it. I know Mike does, Jenny does stuff, Karen has. And I appreciate that when y'all send me stuff, because there might be something that I've missed that I didn't get, and when you send it to me, believe me, if you send it to me, I read through it. I go through everything, and then if you have a question, and then I go research it if it's based on a question. I do go and do that.
You know how Rob updated the 3 words instead of reduce, produce, store, it's reduce, produce, share.
Uh-huh.
And there's a link. Let me think a minute. Okay, in the file tabs, I believe, of the Join the Crew Facebook page is where you can get the link to download and print the more updated
flyer. Yeah,
reduce, produce, share.
Yeah, you could probably go into the file section at the top of the page. It might not be visible right there. Sometimes on the phone it's not visible. If you're on a computer, you can click on the files and go in there. It might be there. And I know the back office. Oh Lord, I've been back in there. It's going to be nice when it's all done, but it's kind of like, whoa, where are we at? and stuff like that. But just in a year, this is going to be just a simple walkthrough for new people coming in. Believe me, it's and it's going to be fun. We're all. I know y'all are dedicated. Folks. Some folks can't be on here. They let me know, Lane, I can't make it tonight. Look. That's fine. I appreciate you letting me know, but it's not mandatory that you be here. I want you to be here because you're needing and wanting, trying to learn something, and any way that we can help, that's what we want to do. So,
thank you. I haven't printed the new updated flyer yet, and I'm wondering, because he changed that store word to share, is that because we don't want to advertise so much the storage capabilities as far as batteries. I mean, I know that there is availability for that according to what was on the live training.
Right.
But we don't put that on the instant estimate or anything, you know, as an add-on. So
there's a battery. You can click on there underneath the batteries. There's batteries you can choose on there if somebody really wants them. It's underneath the extras, I believe. Yeah, I believe there's spot for the
that's
batteries.
what the word store implies, is that we're all about batteries.
Yeah, possibly, and that may be along the lines. I know there, you know, things change, stuff like that. It's like like the one you're talking about here with the flyer that I have right now and stuff like that with the pages and links at the bottom. Yeah, just do a sticker and put it over there and say, look, they've updated the software, and I had the web page they're doing this, and sometimes it forwards it to it, it doesn't. But in the past they used to have it forward like from say join the solution to climate crew before it. Well, right now I'm not noticing that. You're having to go back in and re-register, or not re-register, but just go in and register and change your password, stuff like that, and or redo your password, and stuff like that's going to happen. But you know, you go through, you just explain to the customer. Most of the time, if you're showing them the information that what they're going to save, that's going to be the biggest key right there to them. And with the rates where they've got them right now, they've gotten a lot better incentives. Like Karen, I know Karen's got people in New York and stuff, and they've got some of the stuff up there where the incentives they got is just, you know, some of the stuff up there is ridiculous. Massachusetts is downright crazy. There's actually people that are going solar and they're getting paid to go solar because of all the incentives and the RECs and everything. SRECs are getting, you know, couple of people a while back had said, "Is this true? These people they're making like $17,000 and to go solar." I'm like, you know, when you get to looking at the numbers and people that are up there that have done them are like, yeah, all the rebates, incentives, and RECs. I'm like, why don't you do that here in Texas?
Well, you know, the best incentives according to that, somebody posted that tool, and I can't think of the website actually. It was like a wheel, and it does for each state, tells you the breakdown of where they rate as far as federal and state tax incentives, and the top 10 states, 9 of them were on the East Coast.
Yeah.
And one was Oregon, the state of Oregon. But I'll tell you what, if you know people out east.
Yeah. It's like New York.
Their addresses in.
Yeah. New York, Massachusetts, New Jersey, I think in the Vermont area.
I have a list somewhere.
You know, it's a big thing on the East Coast. And you know what, I was even looking at, and some stuff in the Illinois area, my home state, has got better incentives than I do here in Texas now. Yeah. Some of the stuff going on. So
it's actually written down in my notebook.
Actually, you bring up a good point there. So in New York State, they do have some great tax incentives.
Mm-hmm.
They're paying taxes that are ridiculous in the first place, and in Texas we pay those. So it's like we've been getting that benefit for years. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Every year.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
right.
Now that you've said that, I don't actually feel quite as bad. So.
I have a list of the top 10 if you guys are interested.
Sure. Go ahead.
Number 1, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Number 2, New Jersey.
Yep.
Number 3, Rhode Island. 4, it's the state of Oregon. New York, 5. 6 is Maryland. 7, Connecticut. 9, Washington, D.C., which also has community solar now.
Yeah.
8, or no, that was number 9. Number 8 was Vermont, and 10 is New Hampshire.
New Hampshire,
So there's a lot of good states.
And like you said, D.C. has community solar, and I believe they stated last night New York does, but it's more on the northeast coast or northeast side of New York. And then they mentioned, of course, up in
said downstate in New York.
On the east downstate, I think is what they were stating.
Which would be Manhattan. Does that mean Manhattan is open for a community solar?
Probably, yeah. And
downstate New York is what I wrote.
Yeah.
Most areas
There's a lot of people there.
Yeah, most areas of Massachusetts, but mostly on the east. Minnesota, Maryland, and Washington, D.C.
And then did he say? Let's see, Jenny, you're in Michigan.
Yep.
Okay. Is it Minnesota that has community solar?
Yes.
That,
Which is west.
it's not. I always get those two mixed up, Minnesota or Michigan, but I think it's Minnesota.
Michigan's the hand, big hand.
I'm not
Surrounded by all the lakes. We're safe up here, man. Hi.
Yeah. Hi. Okay. All right, everybody. Any other questions? I think I've told you everything. If I haven't, I'll email you out.
Thanks for walking us through it. That's so appreciated.
Well, I
get
just,
the visual
And we're so glad you feel better.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, and like I said, thank you so much for all the prayers and everything. I really appreciate it. But I really wasn't quite sure what I was going to do tonight until I put in that customer and ran into the stuff on the financing stuff and called Zach before I got on with y'all. And I said, well, I'm going to get on there and tell them so the people that I deal with will know and can be able to pass it along to their people so they're not calling you and asking and questioning. And he actually had his screen up on his end with my customer. And he goes, well, this right here. I said, that's not popping up for me. So apparently when you hit the financing, there'll be like a down drop and there'll be more stuff there. And I said, I'm not seeing that. And he goes, oh, the software hadn't really been initiated out yet, the 8.0. But I was explaining to him what I gathered from the informations of the pre-assessments that I had done. And he goes, yes, you're right. You're right. That's exactly it. The 12-year 2.99 versus the 20-year and stuff like that. I said, well, I will pass this along to people that I know and information, and I'll post this video from the webinar tonight up there. So people have questions until the software gets up and running, for us the way it needs to be. I said this will be there for them to be able to gravitate to and get help if they need. So. And
that'll be June, beginning of June. That'll be all.
That's what they're saying. I can't remember exactly what day last night because my granddaughter ended up coming over right when they were talking, so I kind of missed that. But it's June. What was it? 8th, I think. I'm not sure.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember offhand either. I can go back and look at it. But okay, everybody, I'm going
I wanted to close on one thing real quick, Lane.
Yeah.
I think she done. Karen just left.
Yeah, she did.
I know last week I had Jenny and Michael. I know, and Lane was like, "Man, I don't know if we're going. How long did y'all go? What were we? An hour and 45 minutes, roughly."
Yeah, it was long.
But the thing is, but here's the big thing that I wanted to end on, especially with y'all, and that's like Steve Rattery in Alabama. He's getting all kinds of resistance. We were going to call this the credit call. And if I'd have been able to have been off earlier, I was going to remind Lane beforehand. So we wanted to compliment y'all and give credit where credit is due, because y'all are doing a great job.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned last week, Mike with the Michael Powers down there, the stuff with the pace, all that information. He helped us get our bearings. Jenny, you turned around and grabbed your notes on the stage for the top 10. The thing is, y'all are learning. Y'all are doing what you got to do, and you're taking that initiative and taking those steps. You ever see somebody, man, if I could ever win the lottery, well, okay, you want to win the lottery, you better buy a lot of lottery tickets. You buy one, you're not really going to win. But the point is, you want something to happen, and you're going the steps to make it happen. And, that just, I can't do nothing short of commend you. Y'all are doing a great job. Keep it up. Y'all just keep doing what you're doing. You'll realize it later. What is it? What do they call it? What Rob call it, Lane? Ignorant incompetence, competent incompetence, something like that. But you don't realize you don't know nothing. And then you get to the point you realize, I don't know enough. But then you get to the point you know it without realizing you know it. It creeps up on you. And I'll give you a good example. I'll turn around and be around somebody speaking Spanish. My Spanish ain't that great, but I get around them. And without meaning to, my brain kicks into Spanish mode. It's choppy. It's like somebody from a foreign country like India or something, they have that accent. Mine may be like that, but the thing is, my brain will jump into that gear. Y'all's brains are going to jump there without meaning to. and y'all are doing what you got to do to learn. So y'all are doing a great job. Keep it up.
Thank you. That's very kind of you. Thanks for all your help, you guys.
Oh, one thing I wanted to pass along, and I'm going to do it because I'm still recording. If y'all you log into Geo Stellar Breezio,
Yeah.
go to the Texas group, go through their articles and discussions and videos, click on them. I've been posting stuff up in there, different articles, stuff. There's one in there I posted for policies and procedures for leaders on dealing with storage, power storage, so, solar storage and stuff like that. Articles. I've been posting articles and stuff and the videos and stuff in there. So just go to the Texas group that you're in with me that I've connected you. If you're not, that's what I was going to tell. I needed Joyce to get with Karen and get registered in Geo Stellar Breezio so I can connect her to the Texas group. And that's what I was going to go through tonight too. I was going to show those of you that may not have your state in Geo Stellar Breezio how to initiate it.
I did already, but I remember Rob says, hold off on the group starting. That's when we first, and I was like, so I just added my 2 guys up in Michigan here, but there is a Michigan one. There's nothing in it.
Yeah.
You know what I was trying to figure out, how we could actually access, because I noticed on your group, in the Texas group, there's a little icon there where you can click on it and you can actually do like a live video with somebody.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But see, I don't have that. How come I don't have that? Because I didn't put any training in there yet?
It may be because you're under viewer status only, maybe. Or you can, under for Michigan, you might be able to.
That'd be a great way to have like a group meeting, you know.
Yeah, there's a possibility of. I tell you what, let's walk through that next week. I will bring that up, show how to do a state group. I know, Rob, but see, the thing is, we had crew up there, and Jeremy, I can't remember if we were 1 or 2. We already had Texas up there. I put it up right away. I went through all of Geo Stellar Breezio in the background.
Geo Stellar Breezio?
Yeah, and I loaded up group, and then we got Jeremy to load. Jeremy loaded one up, his article, and I was just going through, And
I know we've got Florida, Alabama, Texas.
I'm talking. Yeah, and those people were putting them in, and Rob might have put a whole on the other stuff later. But I'm like, nah, I was like one of the first people to get one up.
I noticed.
I think Danny Bismarck had his up in South Carolina, I believe. And then I was right behind.
It would be nice to have that capability to click on the little video icon for, say, your particular group, and be able to actually do a live video like we're doing now. Because, I know that the Zoom, unless you're paying for this,
now,
I'm assuming,
along the lines of the videos, that's videos you're uploading. If you
this was a live thing. It was live. I clicked on it, and it was like, wow, it was like a screen. It was live, and of course nobody was there. But
you create that's where you create an event to where you can do that. I think.
We were looking at trying to toy with that because we were looking at trying to do that maybe instead of Zoom.
Yeah, because you get a limited time with Zoom.
Yeah, I mean on this one, like I said, on Zoom on the free, you get 45 minutes free.
Yeah.
And then you have to start over. Where we are doing like, I think it's 15 a month, and we basically have unlimited time, but we have a people limit. But we just didn't really, there's so much going on so fast, we didn't have time to look and really take the time to play with it. That was the big problem.
And to let you know, I was on there last night, and I'm continuing to learn more, and I'll continue to walk back through. But I'm posting videos there. I'm posting discussions. I've got trainings there. I've got the training videos that are there and stuff like that. And the best thing to do, Jenny, is just get in the back in there and click on groups and play. And one thing to do stuff in the Michigan one, I'm not sure who initially set it up, but it's like Jeremy has availability through the Texas group.
I did. I set it up.
Okay.
And then I think Rob put a hold on it.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I can't do anything.
Okay. Hey, Mike. We'll talk to you later. Thanks for being on. So it's getting down to the 3 of us here. I tell you what,
it is. Bye.
All right. See you guys later.
All right, bye.
Okay.
Take
What
it
I-
easy, man.
What I will do, I think I'll do that. I think I'll go through Geo Stellar Breezio next week. I'll
Okay.
plan on that.
That's a great idea.
To walk through all of it, to connect with people, how to add somebody to your group, how to look
Yeah.
for a person and stuff. I think I'll walk through that because it's been a long time since we've done that. We originally did that back in November when we first connected with them after the Austin event.
And
I
it's a
think-
nice platform. It really
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, it is. And I was in there. I was in there messing around with it just yesterday, and I forgot about that and stuff like that. So I'll go back through that this week, and I'll go through everything and refresh myself with stuff and see if I come across anything else. And
Okay.
we'll walk through Geo Stellar Breezio next week.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay,
Nice to see
folks.
y'all. All right.
Good
Thank you.
night.
Glad you're feeling better.